Hey everybody, it's Brad at Dayport Brothers LLC out in Versailles, Ohio. Gonna do another walk around video followed by an operational video on this 2015 Bobcat T770 skid steer that came in and we're putting up for sale. Like always, I'll walk around, I'll talk about the features and functions. I'll get up close to everything, I'll show you anything that I see, talk about anything that I know on this particular machine. Then of course we'll fire it up, we'll run it through its paces, let you hear the engine, show you what play it has up in the front pins, lift the loader, dump the bucket, drive it around, show you it turns strong. As always, if you are in the market for a used skid steer, a used piece of construction equipment, or a used piece of ag equipment, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Your likes and subscriptions help other people who are looking for equipment find our videos and find our machines, and we truly do appreciate it. All right, like I said, this one is a 2015 Bobcat T770 cab, heat, air, high flow, SJC Controls. It does have power Bobtach. It's got new tracks and sprockets. It has the pre-def 92 horsepower Kubota diesel engine, float, creep, 3,475 pound lift capacity, 10,515 pound operating weight, and this one has 2,779 hours. So like I said, here in a little bit, we'll fire it up, we'll show you these front pins. There is some play in these pins, you'll see it here in a little bit. I wouldn't call them sloppy yet, but there's definitely play in them. You'll see that there. And then here, as I get up close to everything, you'll kind of see the condition of the body and the paint. Obviously, you'll see there's scuffs and scratches up here. There has been a little bit of touch-up paint up here in the front, at least. I can tell that already just kind of looking here. You'll see some of it here. You'll see there's a little bit of overspray in some spots. You can see here kind of a gouge here on this outer edge. Some scuffs and scratches there, a little bit of a dent out there, just in that outer edge where it sticks out. Otherwise, fairly straight up here. Again, a little bit of paint peeling here and there, some rock chips, small spot up here with some touch-up paint, but there's some other small little chips here and there. Nothing that looks like it's been cracked or welded or plated anywhere here on this side on the loader arm. Here, that cylinder looks dry. I know it might be kind of hard for you guys to see. Like I said, new tracks, new sprockets, and then as I take a little step back and look at the side rail of the undercarriage here, you can see still has a little bit of that gray paint left, not much, just there on that top, let's call it 5 or 10%, maybe a little bit more than that, just a little bit of that original gray paint. Otherwise the side, just all that paint's wore off, and it just has surface rust where the paint's wore off. Looks like a new roller down there. Looking up here at the side of the frame, white paint's nice and bright up here. You'll see there's some, try to keep my shadow out of it, you'll see there's some scuffs and scratches, nothing out of the ordinary for a 10-year-old track skid steer. It's actually better than a lot of times they are. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Again, back here, same thing. Coming around to the back, looking at the rear corner on this side, again, fairly straight there. No huge dents or dings that I'm seeing. Definitely has been some sort of touch-up paint in some spots, because you can see there's a little white paint inside that scratch. You can see some white paint here where there's scratches off. There is some paint peeling up here. Same thing on this outer edge, all the way around on that outer edge. Same thing down here. This bottom section, you can see where the paint has peeled some. There's a little bit of a white overspray kind of here. It actually almost looks like a primer. Down here again, you can see the paint flaking on the bottom there on that gray piece. Otherwise, pretty darn good there. Coming around the back, looking at the rear door. No huge dents or dings. There are some scuffs and scratches. There's a little bit of a dent right there and a little bit of that scratch. It definitely looks like this back door has been repainted at some point, because I can see as I get up close, you can see there's some paint peeling off here, this top layer, and there's orange paint below it. So that door has been painted. Like I said though, pretty darn straight, just your typical scuffs and scratches. Same thing down here, looking at this back, this bottom gray piece all the way across. A couple little dents in just a little bit right there. Nothing out of the ordinary there on that little lip. Up here, this top gray, I'm gonna say that all looks like that's pretty well original paint. You can see a bit of a dent here in this accordion style mesh grill. Couple dings up there. Almost, you can see them there. Everything looks good up here. Just your typical scuffs and scratches there. Paint chipped. Coming around to this side, taking a look at this rear corner, again, pretty straight. I'm not seeing any huge dents or dings there. Again, looks like some touch-up paint here. Some of the paint, there's some paint flaking around the outer edges. Typical scuffs and scratches on the backside here. Again, fairly straight for a 10-year-old machine. Nothing I wouldn't expect here. Paint is peeling down here on the sides again. I guess either white paint or an off-colored primer right there. Again, I would say this gray has been repainted on this side or touched up, because there's some gray at the bottom of that white. I don't know how well you guys can see that there. Same thing on this side as the other side. Brand new track. New sprockets. And taking a little step back, again, about the same amount. It's kind of hard now because we've already run it around out here and done the operational video, so there's some dirt and dust that's splattered in there. There is a little bit of gray paint on the top portion here on the side, about the same as what the other side had. Otherwise, just your typical, it's got some surface rust here where the paint has wore off on the side rail, that undercarriage. Nothing out of the ordinary there for a 10-year-old machine. Same thing in here on this side. That white paint's still fairly bright. Does have some chips, scuffs, and scratches up here. Again, nothing I wouldn't expect for a machine of this age. Little spot there where the paint's peeling. Coming over here, looking at the loader arm on this side. Again, no huge dents or dings here. Just your typical scuffs, paint chips. There's some scuffs up here. Nothing that looks like it's been cracked or welded or plated anywhere on either side of the loader arms that I'm seeing. And then taking a look here at the back side of this skid steer mount plate, I am not seeing anything here that looks like it's been cracked or welded or plated. Taking a look at the bucket here. Pretty good Bobcat brand bucket there. That bottom portion of the bucket's pretty good. I don't see any major bows. Maybe a little bit of a dent up in that very back center corner or back center portion. Cutting edge has a lot of life left in it there. I don't know if you can see it. There's just a little bit of a dent right in here. Kind of bowed up just a little bit there. Go to the back. Take a look inside the engine compartment. Okay, like I said, this one being a 2015, it does have the 92 horsepower, no def Kubota diesel engine. So looking in here, you'll see there is some dust in here, obviously dust and dirt, but it is nice and dry. I'll go kind of slow here so you can see everything. No oil or diesel running anywhere, no antifreeze running anywhere that I can see. Now, I say it with every used machine. I'm sure if you go over this thing with a fine-tooth comb, there's going to be a seep or two somewhere. Looks like we've... nope, never mind. Out of the way. Like I said, side of the block looks really good here. Inside of that back door, everything looks good there. Take a look at the cab, the interior, this side of the ROPS, everything looks nice and square there. The glass is good. Same thing here on the back, everything looks good there. Coming around to this side, everything looks good there on that ROPS. Not seeing any cracks or spider webbing in any of that glass. Front looks good there at the top. Both the headlights seem to be in good shape. Down here on the front, Definitely these front faceplates have also had some touch up in that front plate there. You can see where there's scuffs and scratches that still have white paint under them. Obviously it's been touched up in some spots. Same thing down here, you can see. Same thing there. Looking at that step looks good. Looks like we're missing a windshield wiper blade there. Door shock works good. Here where you step in, you can see there's some paint peeling, a little spot there where the grip tape's missing. Nothing I wouldn't expect for a 10-year-old skid steer there. Down in the floorboard, everything looks fine there. Taking a look at our seat here. Bottom of the seat cushion. Those are just pieces of dirt, little small twigs. No cuts or tears that I'm seeing here. Same thing with that backrest. I don't see any cuts or tears there in that backrest. Both of these portions here on the sides, not really armrest, but where your decals and everything are, everything's very legible there. Coming over here, taking a look at the joystick on this side, all the buttons are in good shape. I can see everything. Still see the decals on those. Trigger button's good. Down here, the rubber boot is good on this side. Same thing over here. All the toggle switches are good. Trigger button on the back side's good. Rubber boot down here is good. HVAC controls. At the time of this video, the AC is blowing cold. We've actually used this machine a little bit around here. Before we put the new tracks on it, we used it for a few days, kind of as our shop machine. Unloaded some stuff. Seems to do everything it's supposed to do. Let's see, I gotta add the passcode to get... $27.79.9 on the hours. It is deluxe panel. Your SJC switch from ISO to H pattern, power Bobtach, everything looks good there. Oh, before I do that, I should have shown you the headrest or the headliner here. Everything looks pretty good. Just a typical spot right there where the lap bar hits. A little bit of dirt here, otherwise pretty good. Fins there on our HVACs, everything looks good. Same thing there. Up here where these cylinders come up and meet, everything looks good there. Nothing looks cracked or welded or plated on either side there. And like I said, the back side of that skid steer mount plate, I'm not seeing anything here. All right, like I said, this was a 2015 T770, 27.79 on the hours. Lots of photos on our website. That's listed down below in the description. If you have any questions, comment down below. We'll try to answer them for you. We'll fire it up and get right into an operational video.